Hey everybody, today's project is going to be a beef brisket, another barbecue basic item that some people struggle with, but let me tell you, it's really not that hard. So what we're going to do is we're going to coat it with some yellow mustard for a binder, and I like the yellow mustard as a binder because I think it helps with the bark formation a little bit. And then for our spice coating, we're going to use this Kinder's blend. This is a salt, pepper, garlic blend, which works really well. And I'm also going to add a little extra black pepper because I like black pepper. So the plan for this brisket is to go 225 on my Recteq pellet smoker until the internal temperature reaches 165, and then we're going to wrap it until it gets to 203. What I'm going to do with this fat here is I'm going to put this on the smoker at the same time and let it render out to make a little bit of beef tallow so I can put that on the brisket when I wrap it. So let's go ahead and get the mustard on. As far as the binder situation goes, a lot of people use a lot of different things for binders. You can use oil, olive oil, cooking oil, even just water some people use. So the binder is not carved in stone. You can use whatever you want. The most important thing about cooking a brisket is the cooking, not necessarily the seasoning. There's a lot of different schools of thought on seasoning, and you can use whatever you like. Some people are going just salt and pepper. You can do the Lowry seasoned salt is another favorite of a lot of people. It's really, the seasoning is not as important as getting it properly cooked. So we'll go through the steps to make it easy for anybody to be able to cook a brisket. So I'll go ahead and wash my hands real quick, and we will get seasoning on. I've had really good luck with this Kinder's. Kinder's makes a lot of really great seasonings. I get them at Costco. They're not super expensive. This is a prime brisket, by the way, that I picked up at Costco. The prime brisket was only 10 cents more a pound than the choice, so that was kind of a no-brainer. My significant other saw that, hey, it's only 10 cents more for prime, so hey, we'll get prime. Makes perfect sense for an extra 10 cents. So we're going to do the backside first. So I want to do the backside first. I'm going to put a little extra black pepper on there. This is a coarse ground black pepper that I also get at Costco. They've got some really good prices there on seasonings. Just pat it in, help it stick a little bit. Flip it over. Get the front side. Always be sure to wash off these spice containers when I'm done, because I get all kinds of goop on them. So make sure you get all the sides. Don't just get the tops and bottoms, get the sides. Like I said, there's a lot of different ways to season these. There's a lot of different binders you can use. That is not as important as the cooking method. Like I said, we're gonna go 225 on my pellet grill till we get to the target temperature. All right, there we go. That kills this container. And a little black pepper. So I'm gonna let these spices sweat in while I go out and get the grill fired up, ready to go. We'll see you later. Okay, we've got everything ready. We've got our brisket in, our probes in, we've got our tallow in. I put the brisket point over the center part of the pellet smoker because that's where the main heat source is, right there in the middle, and the point's a little bit more protective than the flat. It's gonna be an overnight cook, so we'll see you in the morning. All right, good morning. 7 a.m. Brisket's been on for 11 hours. Looks like it's got a beautiful color, beautiful bark. And our tallow, got some nice melted tallow in there to use on it when we're wrapped. So now we're going to head and get it wrapped up. All right, here we are getting ready to wrap it up. I got my tallow over here. I'm going to take a spoonful of tallow, nice liquid, and get it on our brisket. Do one more. All right, that should keep it nice and moist. Make some nice juice. I like to wrap it in foil because it keeps it nice and juicy. Keeps all that juice in the foil, and you get to use it all when you open it up. Okay, I've got it wrapped, back on the smoker. I'm gonna keep it at 225 until it gets up to about 203, 205 degrees. I'm gonna let the tallow keep rendering, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and filter it through a paper towel into a mason jar, and we can save it, use for another time. Okay, so we've reached 203. Let's do a probe test. See how tender it is. Now see how easy that is? I'm just holding it with 2 fingers. Goes in like butter. So this brisket is done. I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. I'm gonna let this tallow go for a little while longer. Try to get some more out of it. And we're gonna let it rest for about an hour, let the temperature cool down, and I'm gonna put it in the oven at 140 just to hold it until we're ready to eat. Okay, so here's my beef tallow experiment. I let it go ahead and cook for a little while longer, and then I filtered it through a paper towel into this nice mason jar. Got a whole jar full of it from my trimmings, and there's what didn't render, and just spooned it into a mason jar and filtered it through a paper towel. Worked really well, just took my time with it. So we'll see what we can use that for. Different types of cooking and frying and whatnot. So there you go. Okay, so here's the end result of our brisket adventure. It was about a 14-hour cook between cooking and getting up to temperature, and then wrapping it when it got to 165, and we cooked it till it got to 203. So we let it rest for a few hours. Let's go ahead and cut it open and see what we got. Go ahead and cut the point off. Woo, tender like butter. So there we go. Beautiful beef brisket, nice and juicy, beautiful smoke ring. So just to recap, cook this at 225 degrees for approximately 14 hours. We cooked it until it got to 165. That took about 10 hours. Then I wrapped it and cooked it for another 4 hours until it got to 203, excuse me. Basically, anybody can make one of these. Just follow the basic procedures and you'll have great results. Thank you.